It's indeed a very happy day for all of us. We are hosting, we are hosting a prestigious initiative of, of Kumar, outstanding scientist, VSSC, and project director, Dr. Sumitra, Dean Research, Dr. Reshmi, staff member of Space Club, and Ms. Cheryl Mariam Jose, the student coordinator of Space Club, heads of various departments, deans, dear faculty members, students. Now, what is Amrith Kaal Vimarsh? Amrith Kaal is known as the era of elixir. It is a concept introduced by our respected Prime Minister to the entire nation on our 75th Independence Day. It is his vision for New India by 2047. We got independence in 1947. After 1 century, that is in 2047, our national government envisages our nation to become Vikasit Bharat, or a developed nation. So it can be achieved with the participation of all citizens. So for that, the Ministry of Education, Government of India, has planned a series of seminars in selected campuses throughout the country, wherein renowned experts having remarkable contribution towards our country's development will talk to staff members as well as students. So Amrith Kaal Vimarsh is organized in campuses to discuss the transformational changes of which is required for Vikasit Bharat 2047. We are indeed very grateful to the authorities for selecting our campus as one of the chosen campuses. I thank Government of India and Government of Kerala and our director for all the initiatives. Now, coming to my duty, as per the invitation of the central government and as per our invitation, one eminent personality, Engineer Mohan Kumar, outstanding scientist, VSSC, and project director of GSLV Mark III, has agreed to meet you and talk to you. And our deputy director, Dr. Ramendran, is well known to all of you. He is with us always in all our endeavors, and he is my beloved friend also. On behalf of the Institute and on behalf of all of us, I welcome you, sir. And Dr. Sumitra is our Dean Research. She has taken a lot of pains to organize this event. On behalf of all of us, I welcome you, Madam, Dr. Sumitra. And similarly, Dr. Reshmi, she is a dynamic figure, along with Dr. Lizzie Abraham. He is working for our Space Club. On behalf of all of us, I welcome Dr. Reshmi. Welcome you, Madam. I welcome all the student volunteers. I appreciate the efforts taken by all the staff members and students for arranging this venue and for making this happen. And I welcome all the faculty members, welcome all the students, and my best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm address. As our institution is about to soar up the sky with our dream mission VSAT, this moment provides an ideal platform to share insights about the activities of Space Club LBS ITW. I now invite Ms. Cheryl Mariam Jose, Student Coordinator of Space Club, to brief us on the same.
A very pleasant good morning to one and all present here, respected dignitaries on the dais, respected teachers, and our fellow students. I stand before you today with immense pride and enthusiasm to share the remarkable journey of Space Club at LBS Institute of Technology for Women, particularly in the context of the groundbreaking VSAT mission. Our VSAT mission, as you know, better known as Women Engineered Satellite Mission, is a student satellite mission aiming to study on solar irradiance and the effect of UV variations from both ground level and on Earth's atmosphere. spearheaded by Professor Lizzie Abraham and our esteemed faculty coordinators, Dr. Rashmi R. and Dr. Sumitra MD, and our dedicated student coordinators, Ms. Devika, Ms. Surya, and myself, along with a team of 40 passionate women engineers from various departments of our college. We have embarked on a journey of innovation and exploration. And our commitment to excellence is evident in the MOU signed with prestigious organizations like ISRO, VSSC, InSpace, Department of Space, and Government of India, making a significant step towards the launch of VSAT in the upcoming PSLV mission. And the government's recognition and support, including a financial support of Rs 24.4 lakhs, further underscore the importance and potential of this mission. And to delve into the nuances of our study, we have established a ground monitoring station at our campus, and we now have a data set of live UV index values from Trivandrum. And importantly, this mission stands out as the first women-only space initiative from India and the first student satellite initiative under Government of Kerala. The various projects under this mission are not just a testament of a technical prowess, but it's also a significant stride towards breaking gender barriers in the field of space exploration. And currently our payload is under the testing phase, and our pillars, Dr. Lizzie Abraham and our coordinators, Dr. Surya and Devi, are currently now at VSSC undergoing the important phase of our mission. So in closing, I want to express my gratitude to everyone involved in this ambitious endeavor. The VSAT mission exemplifies the spirit of curiosity, dedication, and collaboration that defines the Space Club at LBS ITW. So together, we are venturing into the cosmos, pushing boundaries and inspiring the future generations to dream more. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. We are privileged to have with us the Deputy Director of LBS Center for Science and Technology, Dr. Ramachandran R., an efficient administrator who is at the forefront of bringing in some radical changes in academics and administration wherever he worked. With all due respects, I invite you, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. നമ്മുടെ വിശിഷ്ട അതിഥി ചന്ദ്രയാൻ 3 മിഷൻ്റെ മിഷൻ ഡയറക്ടർ ശ്രീ മോഹൻ കുമാർ സർ, നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ഡോക്ടർ ജയമോഹൻ, വേദിയിലും സദസ്സിലും ഇരിക്കുന്ന എൻ്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, കൂട്ടുകാരെ, നേരത്തെ ജയമോഹൻ സാർ പറഞ്ഞു കേന്ദ്ര ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ അമൃതകാൽ മിഷനുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് AICTE-യുടെ സഹായത്തോടുകൂടി ഇന്ത്യയിൽ വളരെ കുറച്ച് സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളിൽ മാത്രമാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു സെമിനാർ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. അതിലൊരു കോളേജായിട്ട് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്ത LBS ITW സെലക്ട് ചെയ്ത AICTE-യോടുള്ള നന്ദി ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ പ്രകാശിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. പിന്നെ നമുക്കറിയാം, നമ്മുടെ ഒരു 3-4 മാസങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പ് ദൃശ്യമാധ്യമങ്ങളിലൂടെയും പത്രങ്ങളിലൂടെയും മറ്റും ഭാരത ജനത ഒന്നടങ്കം പ്രാർത്ഥനാപൂർവം നോക്കിക്കണ്ടിരുന്ന ഒരു മിഷൻ വളരെ സക്സസ്ഫുള്ളി കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത ചന്ദ്രയാൻ 3 ആ ലോഞ്ചിൻ്റെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട വ്യക്തികളിൽ ഒരാളായ ശ്രീ മോഹൻകുമാർ സാറിനെയാണ് ഇന്നിവിടെ നമ്മുടെ സെമിനാറിന് പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിന് കുട്ടികളുടെ ഒരു ഭാഗ്യമായിട്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ഈ അവസരം ഞാൻ കാണുന്നത്. ISRO-യായിട്ട് പറയുമ്പോൾ ISRO-യായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഒരുപാട് സഹായങ്ങൾ അടുത്ത കാലത്തായിട്ട് ലഭിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ VSAT മിഷൻ, ഇപ്പോൾ ഓൾറെഡി ജയമോഹൻ സാറും കുട്ടികളും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞു, VSAT മിഷനുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ഒരുപാട് സഹായങ്ങൾ ISRO നമ്മുടെ LBS കോളേജിലേക്ക് വേണ്ടി നൽകിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. കൂടാതെ നമ്മുടെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരുപാട് സീനിയേഴ്സ് ISRO-യുടെ വിവിധ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളിൽ സേവനം അനുഷ്ഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണെന്നുള്ളൊരു കാര്യം കൂടി ഞാൻ ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞുകൊള്ളുകയാണ്. പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ ISRO-യിൽ മാത്രമല്ല, DRDO, ഡിഫൻസ് റിസർച്ച് ആൻഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ, അറ്റോമിക് റിസർച്ച് സെൻറ്റർ, ന്യൂക്ലിയർ പവർ കോർപ്പറേഷൻ മുതലായിട്ടുള്ള വളരെ പ്രസ്റ്റീജിയസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള റിസർച്ച് ആൻഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് സെൻറ്ററുകളിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ തന്നെ ചേച്ചിമാർ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കൂടി ഒരു മോട്ടിവേഷൻ ആകട്ടെ എന്ന് കരുതിയാണ് ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞത്. പിന്നെ VSSCയുമായിട്ട് വ്യക്തിപരമായിട്ട് എനിക്കൊരു ചെറിയൊരു ബന്ധം കൂടിയുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെയൊക്കെ എംടെക്കിൻ്റെ പ്രോജക്റ്റുകൾക്ക് ഒരു റീയൂസബിൾ സാറ്റലൈറ്റ് ലോഞ്ചിങ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിൽ ആവശ്യമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു തെർമൽ അനാലിസിസ് നടത്താൻ എൻ്റെ എംടെക് പ്രോജക്റ്റ് സമയങ്ങളിൽ VSSCയിലുള്ള ഒരുപാട് ഉന്നത ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുടെ സഹായം വ്യക്തിപരമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ഗുരുതുല്യരായിട്ടുള്ള ആ ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരെ ഞാൻ സ്മരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഒരുപാട് ജേണലുകളും മറ്റും നമുക്ക് അവിടെ നിന്ന് ആ അവസരങ്ങളിൽ വായിക്കാനും അതിൻ്റെ പ്രിൻ്റ് എടുക്കാനും മറ്റുള്ളൊരു സാഹചര്യം VSSCയിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. VSSCയുടെ പല ലോഞ്ചിനും അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ മിഷനും അതിൻ്റെ പിറകിൽ ഒരുപാട് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറുകളും ഒരുപാട് സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയറുകളും മറ്റും ആവശ്യമാണെന്ന് നമുക്കറിയാം. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറുകളെയും സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയറെയും പറ്റി പ്രതിപാദിക്കുമ്പോൾ LBSൻ്റെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൂടി കുറച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു പോകാതെ നിവർത്തിയില്ല. കാരണം കേരളത്തിൽ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗത്ത് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ വികസന കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ ആദ്യമായി നമ്മുടെ കേരള ജനതയ്ക്ക് ഒരു കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം പകർന്നു നൽകിയത് LBS സെൻ്ററാണ്, അഥവാ നിങ്ങളുടെ മാതൃ സ്ഥാപനമാണ്. അല്പം ചരിത്രം കൂടി LBSനെ പറ്റി പറയുന്നത് നന്നായിരിക്കും എന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. കേരളത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഒരു എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ് സ്ഥാപിതമായത് 1939 തിരുവനന്തപുരം എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ് അഥവാ CET എന്ന് നമ്മൾ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന കോളേജ് ഓഫ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ട്രിവാൻഡ്രമാണ്. സാറൊക്കെ അവിടുത്തെ അലുമിനിയാണ്, അവിടുത്തെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയാണ് നമ്മുടെ മോഹൻകുമാർ സാറും. അപ്പോൾ 1939 സ്ഥാപിതമായ തിരുവനന്തപുരം എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിൻ്റെ സിൽവർ ജൂബിലി സെലിബ്രേഷൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായി അന്നത്തെ പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയായിരുന്ന ലാൽ ബഹദൂർ ശാസ്ത്രിജി തിരുവനന്തപുരം എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ് സന്ദർശിക്കുകയും അധ്യാപകർ ഒരു റിസർച്ചും കൺസൾട്ടൻസിയും ബാക്കി എക്സ്പെരിമെൻറ്റും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യണം, അധ്യാപനത്തിൽ മാത്രം ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചാൽ പോരാ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റൽ സ്റ്റേഷൻ്റെ ശിലാസ്ഥാപനം കൂടി അന്നത്തെ സിൽവർ ജൂബിലി സെലിബ്രേഷന് ശിലാസ്ഥാപനം നിർവഹിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. ആ സ്ഥാപനമാണ് 1971 LBS സെൻറ്റർ ഫോർ സയൻസ് ആൻഡ് ടെക്നോളജി എന്ന പേരിൽ പ്രവർത്തനം ആരംഭിച്ചത്. 76 കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ, അതായത് ഒരു 50 കൊല്ലങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പ് ആദ്യമായി കേരളത്തിൽ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം തുടങ്ങിയതും ആദ്യമായി കേരളത്തിൽ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വാങ്ങിച്ചതും LBS സെൻ്ററാണ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നതിൽ അഭിമാനമുണ്ട്. അന്ന് ISROയിലും ടാറ്റ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിലും മാത്രമേ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറുകൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. അന്നത്തെ ഡയറക്ടേഴ്സും സീനിയർ ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരും അമേരിക്കയിലും മറ്റും പോയി ഈ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിൻ്റെ വാങ്ങുകയും അതിൻ്റെ ബാലപാഠങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുകയും അത് വരും തലമുറയ്ക്ക് കൈമാറുകയും ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗത്ത് ഇത്രത്തോളം ഒരു പുരോഗമനം കേരളത്തിലുണ്ടായെന്ന് പറയാതെ വയ്യ. അപ്പോൾ 1976 മുതൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ 50 കൊല്ലത്തെ ചരിത്രം എടുത്ത് നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആദ്യകാലങ്ങളിൽ ഫോർട്ടാൻ, കൊബാൾ, പാസ്കൽ പോലെയുള്ള സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയറുകളൊക്കെയാണ് അവിടെ പഠിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. ഇന്ന് അതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ പ്രസക്തി ഉണ്ടോ എന്ന് തന്നെ എനിക്കറിയില്ല. ഫോർട്ടാൻ ഇപ്പോഴും പിന്നെ ISRO മറ്റും ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നുണ്ടെന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ വിശ്വാസം. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്തരം സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയറുകൾ പഠിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് LBS അതിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തനം ആരംഭിച്ചത്. ഇന്ന് LBSൻ്റെ കീഴിൽ 2 എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിൽ, തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തുള്ള ഈ പൂജപ്പുരയിലുള്ള കോളേജും കാസർഗോഡുള്ള ഒരു എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജും ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ആരംഭിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കൂടാതെ ഒരു 25ഓളം സബ് സെൻറ്ററുകൾ LBSൻ്റെ കീഴിലുണ്ട്. ഈ 2 എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ്, സ്പെഷ്യലി കാസർഗോഡ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിലുള്ള പഠിച്ചിറങ്ങിയ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ പലരും ISROയിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ചന്ദ്രയാൻ മിഷനിൽ തന്നെയും അവരിൽ പലരും അസോസിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നാണ് അറിയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ അവർക്ക് കൂടി ഒരു എന്താ പറയുക, ഒരു കയ്യടി നമുക്ക് കൊടുക്കാം. കൂടുതൽ ഞാൻ ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. നമ്മുടെ പിന്നെ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റുമായിട്ട് LBS സെൻറ്റർ ഒരുപാട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയെങ്കിലും കാലക്രമേണ ഇപ്പോൾ റോബോട്ടിക്സിൻ്റെയും എന്താ പറയുക ആർട്ടിഫിഷ്യൽ ഇൻ്റലിജൻസിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ കാലമായി തുടങ്ങി. വിഴിഞ്ഞത്ത് പുതിയൊരു തുറമുഖം വന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ലോജിസ്റ്റിക്സ്, ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ, കണ്ടെയ്നറിൻ്റെ ഒക്കെ സുഗമമായ ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ മറ്റും നടത്തുന്നതിന് പുതിയ കോഴ്സുകളുടെ ഒരു ആവശ്യകത കൂടി പരിഗണിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കേരളത്തിൽ അങ്ങോളം ഇങ്ങോളം 100 ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസികളെ പോലും ഞങ്ങൾ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് പുതുമുഖ കോഴ്സുകൾ കൂടി നമ്മുടെ മാതൃസ്ഥാപനമായ LBS സെൻറ്റർ തുടങ്ങുകയാണ്. ആർട്ടിഫിഷ്യൽ ഇൻ്റലിജൻസിലും റോബോട്ടിക്സിലും ഒക്കെ പുതിയതായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കാൻ ആ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾ വഴി നമുക്ക് സാധിക്കും. അതിൻ്റെ പിന്നെ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസിയുടെ കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഇപ്പം നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. തിരുവനന്തപുരത്ത് തന്നെയുള്ള 2 പ്രശസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ള എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജുകൾ പോലും LBSൻ്റെ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അപേക്ഷിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അവർക്കത് ഇന്നലെ അത് എഗ്രിമെൻറ്റ് സൈൻ ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ ആ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജുകൾ വഴിയും നമ്മുടെ മാതൃസ്ഥാപനത്തിൽ നടക്കുന്ന കോഴ്സുകൾ പഠിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. ഞാൻ കൂടുതൽ ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. നമുക്ക് ISROയുടെ പല ബ്രാഞ്ചുകളിലും നമ്മുടെ കൂട്ടുകാർ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് ഞാൻ ആൾറെഡി പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞു. ഇനിയും നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികൾക്കും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇനി വരുന്ന നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികൾക്കും ISROയിലും അതുപോലെയുള്ള മറ്റ് സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളിലും ജോലി ചെയ്യാൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി സേവനം നടത്താനുള്ള സാഹചര്യം ഈശ്വരൻ ഒരുക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. Now I invite Dr. Rashmi R., Faculty Coordinator of VSAT, to introduce our esteemed chief guest to the audience.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, my colleagues, my students, good morning all. It is with immense pleasure I introduce our chief guest, Mr. S. Mohan Kumar, to the gathering. We are very much honored to have him as our chief guest, one of the esteemed personalities with ISRO. He is the project director of GSLV Mark III project. He is leading the team responsible for the realization of the heavy lift operational launch vehicle of ISRO. He is the mission director of the prestigious LVM-3 M4 Chandrayaan 3 mission. He is a graduate in mechanical engineering from College of Engineering Trivandrum and took postgraduate degree in mechanical engineering from IIT Chennai. He joined Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in 1986. From 1986 to 2007, he was working in the area of space ordnance systems, and he designed and developed many critical ordnance systems for launch vehicles. In 2007, he joined as core member in the study team to evolve the way forward for Indian human space flight program. In 2017, he was designated as project director, critical technologies for human spaceflight project, and was responsible for the pre-project activities related to human spaceflight, specifically in the areas of crew escape system and life support systems for human spaceflight. He is also responsible for the realization of human-rated launch vehicle identified for the prestigious Gaganyaan mission. Mr. Mohan Kumar was the mission director for the LVM-3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission, in which 36 customized satellites were injected to the precise orbit by the LVM-3 vehicle, which is the heavy launch vehicle. A number of papers are in his credit in the areas of space ordnance systems, human rating and certification of launch vehicle, and life support systems for human space flight. I cordially invite you for this.
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi, for nice words about me. Thank you. Good morning to you all. Dr. Ramachandran, Deputy Director, LBS Center for Science and Technology. Dr. J. Mohan, respected Principal of this institute. Your Space Club faculty member, Dr. Sumitra Madam, and the Space Club student coordinator who has talked with us on the achievements of your Space Club, and my dear faculty members, Dean, students, very good morning to you all. Really, I am very much privileged and happy and honored to stand before you as a representative of Team ISRO. Actually, whatever activities we are done is mostly a teamwork and team efforts only. And as a representative of Team ISRO, I am standing here while the entire nation is celebrating the success of Chandrayaan 3. First of all, I thank our Honorable Prime Minister for all his initiatives in identifying science and technology and the importance of science and technology as a major contributor to make our nation a developed nation, or Vikasit Bharat. Very much important roles the people in the country can be contributed in science and technology. That is the fundamental thing needed for making our nation a developed country in the year 2047. Similarly, I thank our Department of Space and Ministry of Education, the All India Council of Technical Education, AICTE, for all the initiatives towards holistic promotion of science and technology in this area. As you are aware, the launch of Chandrayaan-3 in our launch vehicle LVM-3 M4 on 14th July 2023 had injected Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft precisely into the designated geotransfer orbit, and rest of the events like the spacecraft was elevated to higher orbits and then further moved to the translunar orbit, then the moon orbit was acquired, and then in steps it was brought down, and it culminated on August 23 as a safe and soft landing on the southern pole of lunar surface. It was a magnificent scientific achievement of our nation, and to the entire humanity, because the resources or information data gathered from these experiments will be useful for not only to our nation, it will be useful for the entire humanity. And our Honorable Prime Minister has declared 23rd August as the National Space Day. Henceforth, every year, August 23rd will be celebrated as National Space Day to commemorate the historical achievement by our nation. And the success of Chandrayaan has created a very renewed interest and ignited the passion in the minds of younger generations to pursue their career studies in science and technology and in engineering. Basically, my team, I have already told, my team is responsible for the realization of launch vehicle, the LVM-3, launch vehicle Mark III rocket, which is the operational heavy lift launch vehicle of Indian Space Research Organization, and has got a spectacular pedigree of 7 successively successful flights, including the first experimental flight called LVM-3 X mission, X and CARE mission. In that mission, actually, we have carried out the crew module atmospheric re-entry experiment. That is the full form of CARE. Crew module is meant for carrying the human on board for our human spaceflight programs. So first experiment we have carried out in this vehicle, which was the first stepping stone towards our efforts towards achieving the human spaceflight. Then further we had 2 development flights with the cryogenic stages to qualify the cryogenic stage engines in the upper part of the vehicle. Then we had 3 operational flights. First among them was the Chandrayaan-2 mission. Then we had 2 commercial missions, as Madam was telling, 36 satellites each were launched, commercial satellites, OneWeb satellites for a foreign customer, and they were precisely injected to their required designated orbits, and subsequently in LVM-3 M4 mission we could accomplish the Chandrayaan-3 mission. Actually, the LVM-3 vehicle by design itself, it is very robust vehicle. All our experiences start from SLV, PSLV, ASLV and GSLV. Whatever experiences or lessons learned from those flights and vehicles we have incorporated in this vehicle. Therefore, it is a well designed, perfect vehicle which can carry out different kinds of missions to geostationary orbits, missions to low Earth orbits, scientific missions like Chandrayaan, and the same vehicle is designated for carrying human on board in its variant called human rated launch vehicle. Human rating means, human rating is the process through which we have to improve the reliability of the vehicle to make it safe enough to carry human on board. Whereas in commercial operational vehicles, we are carrying satellites. In place of that, we would like to carry human on board. So it should be, the LVM-3 vehicle is around 640 tons at liftoff its mass. In that 640 itself, around 550 tons is the propellants, chemicals, explosives and hazardous materials. So the way it works, you may be seeing the liftoff flame and all. So the pressures, operational pressures, so every margins, the design margins, redundancies, operational redundancies, everything to be improved through appropriate means. That process is called human rating. With all these things also, we should have a escape mechanism. If at all any observation is there in the ascent phase, we should have a mechanism to safeguard the crew and safely move the crew away from the failing vehicle. So that is called the crew escape system. That development also is nearing completions. So with put together all these things is the human rated launch vehicle. Especially to avionics students, the avionics architecture of vehicle also is slightly different. Whereas whenever we launch, our avionics systems are dual redundant. There is a primary chain, there is a redundant chain. If any observation is there in the primary chain, it will switch over to redundant chain and the further mission will go. Whereas in human rated vehicle, it is quadruple redundant. It is fail operate and fail safe. Even with the 3 failures, the vehicle will be safe enough to handle its control and its navigation. So that is the kind of human rating efforts we are doing on the same vehicle to accomplish our human rated human spaceflight program. In this context, actually, I would like to acknowledge the contributions of our industries. You know, the launch vehicle creation is an effort start from the raw material to the final stage of integrated vehicle, T0 you are seeing on the launch pad. It is a lengthy process of around 1.5 to 2 years of thing from the raw material. Many industries are contributing to this, and their products also are used like so many things. Most of the major propulsion stage elements, hardware, chemicals, everything are being supplied by the industries. And as we march towards Vikasit Bharat in 2047, many opportunities are coming in front of you as students or citizens of the India. And to the student community, I would like to point out is that our nation is going to open up with tremendous potential of resources and opportunities which are coming in front of you. You have to appropriately grab the opportunities and work for that to accomplish the vision of our nation becoming developed nation and Vikasit Bharat. In the space research area also, through new space reforms by the union government, a lot of opportunities are coming in front of you as professional engineers, scientists, as startups, producers of space equipments, and service providers using the satellite data or space applications. The objective of space reform is to make India a leading space economy globally through private sector participation. Every citizen of India can contribute. That is the vision of the union government. That is why the space is now open to public through the in-space mechanism. The newly established in-space mechanism called the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Council. It is a single window mechanism which will promote, enable, authorize, guide and supervise non-governmental entities and groups and academia also to undertake space-related activities. In this regard, I am very happy to note that your students team, the Space Club, is coming up with a novel satellite, the VSAT, Women Engineered Satellite, to see the ultraviolet radiation effects and the solar radiations. I understand that in the ground you have qualified it through the measurements. Now you will be putting it in the satellite and in the vehicle, launch vehicle. It is going to be launched in the upcoming PSLV C-58 mission, slated by this December month or by the first. And I am happy to inform you that we are having certain review mechanisms, like any of the systems going to the launch vehicle or spacecraft will be thoroughly reviewed by various review forums. If an avionics system is there, it will be reviewed by the avionics teams. A mechanism is there means it will be discussed in design review team, mechanisms and mechanisms and stage auxiliary systems, it is called. So I am happy to inform you that as chairman of the DRT's space mechanisms and auxiliary systems. Your article also, the mounting schemes and all, I have reviewed, and I am happy to be part of your efforts in this regard. And really it is a wonderful experience and a modern state, the empowered women or the women coming into leadership roles, contributors to national cause, everything is an attribute of a modern developed state. So I am happy that you are coming up to that capabilities. And also in Chandrayaan 3, after the Chandrayaan 3 safe and soft landing, Honorable Prime Minister has invited all our women employees, called Nari Shakti, we used to call. We are also having many women employees. I also, after that launch, I also indicated that actually from lower levels of technicians, technical assistants, and junior level officers to the senior most officers have contributed to Chandrayaan 3 mission as well in various levels, like producers of packages, the assembly integration activities, checkout, the analysis, data analysis, structural design, and as chairpersons of various review forums also, the senior women scientists have contributed to the success of Chandrayaan 3. The new space, similarly, the new space reforms have created a renewed interest as well as a sense of belonging, rather sense of involvement in the minds of every citizen of our nation. This was evident when Chandrayaan 3 was successful. From every corner we were getting call, and people are interested in our activities and which way I can contribute to your experiments, like that people are inquiring. And let us see now what are the way in which you can contribute, how we can essentially contribute towards the national cause and the mission of the government to make our nation a Vikasit Bharat by 2047. First among them, actually, let us see the benchmarks of a developed nation. What are all the basic benchmarks of a developed nation? Actually, first among them is the quality of life and human development index. This include the life expectancy, health, education levels like 100% literacy, employment rate, and income of individuals, also a benchmark of a modern state. Towards education and health, ISRO also had already implemented telemedicine, tele-education facilities. Even before COVID, when we started working from home and working from taking classes through online, we were having tele-education facilities and telemedicine facilities with the resource centers, utilizing the satellite links in remote villages where the education facilities are unavailable or medical facilities were unavailable. Through tele-education, many individuals in remote villages were empowered to take leadership initiatives in their respective panchayats after attending training programs conducted by ISRO. Similarly, through telemedicine also, eminent expert doctors were made available to remote villages, the needy people, for consultations and appropriate medical advices. And so many programs to enable you are there in this area as resource persons. When you embark on these activities, you will have good opportunities coming in front of you. Regarding employment, it doesn't mean jobs in government and public sector alone. It is important that education must enable individuals to pursue the self-employment as well. Here also, you know, there are certain initiatives of Government of India like National Skills Development. നമ്മുടെ തന്നെ തൊഴിൽ നൈപുണ്യ വകുപ്പും ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ സ്കിൽ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ആൻഡ് എന്റർപ്രണർഷിപ്പ് മിനിസ്ട്രിയും ചേർന്നിട്ട് ഒരുപാട് പ്രോഗ്രാംസ്, സോ മെനി പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ആർ ദെയർ introduced. You can see the Google and see the National Skills Development Mission is a campaign initiated by Honorable Prime Minister, and this is working well, and you can utilize the available resources there and have short-term courses or something which will enable you to how to handle entrepreneurship, how to handle a new startup, or how to acquire a new skill. So many facilities are available through this. Just go through the site and see what best you can acquire and grab the opportunities. Next important benchmark of a modern development nation is its per capita GDP. For us to improve our GDP, we have to use maximum indigenously available resources. I can tell actually earlier Khadi, now also Khadi is promoted a lot. Why? No, that fabric is made out of locally available cotton material, which is an outcome of our agriculture, isn't it? Then making threads and weaving to a fabric, that skill can be acquired by any individual. An average or below average person can very well understand the technique and learn the job, and he can come out with how to make the fabric and threads out of it. And the equipment needed also is very primitive, and you can evolve the equipment indigenously. So that is one good thing of that. So keep in mind that as an example, and whenever you are venturing a startup also, you should keep that in mind. Try to use maximum indigenously available resources, so you don't have to spend your money to outside the nation, and the value addition will contain within the nation, and appropriately the GDP will improve. And the facilities also, you try to use the facilities available around you, and before venturing to large scale investments, it is preferable to start as a pilot project. This will reveal your strength and weakness to undertake the project and your capability to scale up. Here, one important aspect from our experience also I would like to tell is that be open to reviews, even to criticisms. If you are making a startup and making a produce, people will come and tell that after reviewing your product, I see such and such problems. If a fact is there in the review outcome or in the criticism, try to understand it, try to correct it through all your efforts and learning process and perseverance, and overcome the weakness through appropriate means. That will enable you to succeed in your project and make you will make you in a better situation to handle systems. In this regard, our example also I can tell that in ISRO, a well-established quality and safety review system as well as a well-structured review mechanism exists. Start from, as I told earlier, start from basic design review teams who will review each and every article going into the launch vehicle as well as spacecraft through appropriate higher levels of reviews like flight readiness reviews, mission readiness reviews, and the managerial reviews. So all these review forums actually ensures the ground safety. I told earlier the kind of chemicals and explosives we are handling, the ground safety, the flight safety, and the mission success is ensured through very critical review mechanism only. So don't be afraid of reviews and criticisms. Please take it in the positive note, implement and come out. And another major important benchmark is the global competitiveness. That depends on the infrastructure available and the economic stability, the connectivity. All these things are another important area we have to actually address when we are going ahead for a developed nation or a modern state. The infrastructure includes the industrial infrastructure, research and development facilities. Actually, our Professor Ramendran sir was telling about the facilities, the computer facilities and all established in the Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute. It was really a major contributor. Maybe in 70s it was established. Now you see the kind of opportunities coming in front of you through those facilities and utilizing those facilities, your research. So the infrastructure means the R&D infrastructure as well, and the communication systems, connectivity like rail, road, ship and air transport facilities. And actually you are really blessed because in our Thiruvananthapuram, Trivandrum is having a particular peculiarity. It is having 5 modes of transport systems. We have the rail, road, Vizhinjam shipport is there, then airport is there, and one more, fifth transportation system called space transportation system is there. We are having a launch pad in Trivandrum. So be happy and proud that you are from Thiruvananthapuram, wherein we have 5 modes of transport. And when our nation flourished towards Vikasit Bharat, as I told earlier, many opportunities are getting opened up in the areas of various infrastructure for the youngsters to work on. This include establishment of advanced fabrication facilities, development of indigenous resources for transportation from electric car to aircrafts. You can see a lot of things are, maybe so many cars, so many car industries are there, but other higher levels of transportation systems, how we matured and what are the facilities which are not explored or not attempted. So there are so many things are in the pipeline, and it will come in front of you as good opportunities. Earlier I told about contribution of Indian industries to the realization of launch vehicle. This include large scale industries who make us the solid motor segments. You may be seeing in the LBM3 vehicle 2 big boosters are there. So the solid motors, the engine systems, components, nozzles, like that so many heavy vehicle structures, interstages, heavy engineering to the very small scale local fabricators also contributing in the form of contingent fabrication requirements. The industries include not only fabrication industries, the chemical suppliers, the propellants, chemical ingredients, adhesives, sealants. So many small industries are there, O-rings, and the composite products and composite structures, lightweight composite structures, all these things are coming from industry. Similarly, the providers of avionics components, avionics packages, their testing, qualification, and service providers of GOCO facilities. Again, GOCO is government-owned company-operated facilities. We own the facilities, but it is operated by private people or industries. So like this, so many opportunities are there. Through participation with ISRO, these industries also are getting benefited. You know, our rocket technology is highly demanding. It is really a costly game. So the assurance of quality is very important. So we teach the industries who are participating with us on our quality consciousness, our quality standard requirements. So they are also benefited. Their workforce also is benefited. They will become the best available workforce in the country. Really, the industrial partners are virtual workforce of ISRO even. So that will reflect, if you are having a workforce really qualified and capable of making quality products, it will contribute, or it will give good output in the form of other products which you are making. The other products which the industries are making also will have the same stamp of quality, and that will improve even export, and that will be a great contributor to the Atmanirbhar Bharat or Vikasit Bharat. The infrastructure in the communication networks also are very important. You know, our Navik, you can Google there and see. Navik is another good example of ISRO's contribution towards communication and connectivity, which is a totally indigenous tool of global positioning. So if you want to grab the opportunities in infrastructure development, please see that another area to be attempted is the infrastructure in R&D area. You know, this is the responsibility of really the academia and research institutes. In research and development, many unexplored areas are there. This includes development of green energy systems, development of renewable products. Those who are embarking on R&D activities, from among them, you people should invest your time in institution building as well. Our Indian Space Research Organization also has grown to the current status of through efforts and great visionaries and institution builders like Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Homi Baba, Satish Dhawan, Brahma Prakash, and so on. So when we embark on institution building, one important aspect from our ISRO work culture also, I can tell that is the team spirit. everyone shall have a sense of belonging to the project or to the facility building he or she is working. This culture is there from the senior most, from Vikram Sarabhai through Brahma Prakash, Satish Dhawan, and in the current day management who takes care of everyone and ensure that a sense of belonging is imbibed in everyone's mind. This is applicable not only for our employees. Actually, whenever a launch success is heard, you will see people are talking about Team ISRO or ISRO family like that. This includes the entire people who are associated with our project. This is not only our own employees, our industrial partners, our senior retired people. Many experts are there. They are coming and reviewing our systems, whether it is good enough for implementing in the launch vehicle. Similarly, the professors from academia, many professors are in the relevant areas like avionics, structures, mechanical. Professors are contributing. Similarly, the eminent personalities in industries also. Whenever we are having launches, we are having an eminent expert committee who reviews the merits and demerits of each and every system going on that, and their family members and their praise. So put together, that is called the ISRO family. So that kind of involvement and that kind of sense of belonging must be there. And if you climb up in your career also as in different levels and a team is working with you also, please keep in mind that you take care of everyone working with you. This will 100% ensure success. And through InSpace also, that is the thing is happening now. Everyone in the country is having a feel that I can also contribute through appropriate mechanisms, whatever little way I can as a producer of a system or producer of an article, or even now some of the industries are coming up with the propulsion stages even. So another important aspect of national benchmark is the economic stability. So which is the absence of excessive fluctuations in the economy. An economy is fairly considered economically stable when there is constant output growth and the expenditure, or demand and output growth is balanced, then it can be considered as a stable economy. Towards this, actually, we have to balance the key economic relationships like domestic demand and output, revenue and expenditure, savings and investment. So keep in mind, if you are going to the management areas or something, please see that our efforts are towards economic stability of the nation. Growth of agriculture, farm products, at par with other developed nations is another area to be addressed to become a modern state. Here also our satellite-based resources are great enablers towards this. Weather forecasting, yield monitoring. Nowadays, fishermen are fishing smarter and better with the help of ISRO maps, and they know where big catch is there, and they will go there, and also our systems enable them for rescue operations as well. With the equipments developed by ISRO, actually rescue beacons are there. So if they are trapped in some areas, through that mechanism, we can find out, the Coast Guard and all can find out where they are trapped and we can rescue them. Rescue mechanisms are also being aided through ISRO's facilities. So whatever I told, the benchmarks of developed nation, to accomplish all these things, you youngsters and students should keep certain qualities acquire certain qualities along with your campus education. They are first and foremost is the visualization skill really. Whatever problem or physical problems coming in front of you, try to visualize it. What exactly is it? What is the manifestation of that problem? So one simple example is that actually the definition of mass we are learning. Mass is the matter contained in a body. Am I right? But what exactly it is? Actually, if a higher mass body is to be moved, you have to apply certain higher levels of force. If a lesser mass is there, you need So mass is the property of an inertia. Mass is really the measure of the inertia. To overcome the inertia, no, you have to apply force. Then mass into acceleration comes. So like that, any physical, that is the fundamental simple thing I am telling. But in higher levels, whatever fashion, the physical things are coming in front of you, kindly see that, kindly see to visualize it and in its entirety how it look like. Don't address it as a point problem alone, like we are writing an answer to an examination question, but try to visualize it that. Your assignments really, what for, I also thought whenever we are getting assignments in colleges or it is a, but really your assignments are meant for that. Whatever lessons you are learned in the classroom, please apply your mind, introspect and find to try to visualize and come out with solutions. Then next is the communication skill as well as drafting skill. You should have a drafting and drawing skill. Actually, drawing is the language of an engineer. Whatever physical problems coming in front of you or whatever questions are there, try to explain with simple sketches or simple drawings, and that will give more visualization and more clarity on the problem really. So that is another important aspect you have to learn. This drawing skills or explaining in schematics is not only applicable for civil or mechanical, to applicable for avionics engineers, electronic engineers, computer in the form of flow charts or circuit diagrams, or even for management. Modeling skills are another important aspect really. Mathematical modeling means actually in every semester you are learning math subject also. No, I used to observe really our curriculum also is built like that. You may be studying physics or chemistry or fundamental engineering, thermodynamics or structural mechanics or structural engineering, but in that semester, particular semester, you learn certain amount of mathematics also. Definitely you see, observe, there is a correlation with the mathematical equations or differential equations or integrations. Whatever you are learning will have a correlation on the particular. No, our curriculum builders are very careful in that aspect, I understand. So that will have an 1:1 correlation with the subject you are learning and the maths you are learning. So try to put all your physical phenomena in the form of mathematical equations. So that will slowly enable you to express every activity or every physical phenomena happening around you in the form of mathematical models or equations. So that will enable you to have another next level of skill called simulation skills. With your visualization and mathematical modeling skills, you can have the simulation in computer. If you are going to make a product or produce a device, how does it function, a mechanism even, how does it function? That through your mathematical modeling skills, you make the functional equation and that will enable you to simulate its function, simulate even its failures. Everybody, whenever we go to talk to various forums, people are asking from Chandrayaan 2 observations, how did you come out for the Chandrayaan 3 grand success? Actually, simulations only helped. We have got tremendous amount of data available from the previous Chandrayaan 2. So we can understand where exactly the problem happens, and through simulation models, even we can simulate the failure. What exactly happened by perturbing the values, initial values, it can be seen. And through simulations, whether corrective actions we have made is correct or not, perfect or not, that also can be evolved. So that is the kind of help if you are having simulation skills. And next is the observation skills. Like I told, in a tremendous amount of data is there. No, in heat engines lab or something, you go, just you measure the RPM, the torque or that only. But there are certain other parameters affecting the function of an engine, called the temperature of fuel, the fuel input, fuel out, the temperature of a radiator, the oil flow, so many other things are there. But try to observe everything. Try to gather the data and try to correlate. So that will make you a good engineer. Then be aware of your strength and weakness. That is first and foremost thing. Don't get afraid with the weaknesses. Try to have other learning medium like use your library, laboratory, like that, and have hands-on experience. That is the fundamental thing needed for any engineer, any person who is pursuing the career in your technology. So towards the hands-on experience, I can tell that maximally use your laboratories, workshops, library and all. That will enable you to handle various equipments. Even if that will enable you to even guide your subordinates also. If you are having hands-on experience, you can clearly guide your subordinates as well. So that kind of expertise also you build, utilizing all the possible avenues or opportunities or resources available around you. And most importantly, another important aspect is that please be with yourself for some time. Hear your inner voice, pursue your passion, spend some time in some kind of recreational activities. Recreation, recreation means recreation. It will renew your life really, and it will improve your personalities as well, communication skills, everything through group activities, recreation, something like travel, music, dance, or martial arts, or whatever it may be. Hear your inner voice and spend some time on that. That will really improve your, as a human being, really improve your personality. And towards your studies in this institute over 4.5 years, let that be a tapasya or penance to make you an all-around good person and big contributor to the nation, national cause, and good contributors, and please come out as a proud citizen of our motherland. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, not only for your presence, but also for adding immense value to this occasion and sharing insights into the remarkable journey of India's space exploration. The forum is now open to questions, and I encourage all students to seize this valuable opportunity. Kindly engage and seek clarity on your queries related to the India space exploration.
No, here actually I can address all your queries. Whatever I know, I will explain you better. Some areas, if I am not an expert, I will consult my people there, experts there, and I will let you know the answer later.
Sir, good morning. My name is Adira Suresh. So my question to you is, sir, can you discuss any significant achievements or milestones in your career at ISRO that you are particularly proud of?
My achievements?
Yeah.
Actually, I told I am a graduate from College of Engineering, Trivandrum. Then I started my career in space ordnance systems. Space ordnance means as I told earlier, the stage of the rocket is in different stages, you know. Staging is an important technique used for achieving higher orbits. The stage means a propulsion stage. There are 3 or 4 stages in a launch vehicle. So each stage or each after each function is over, then that has to be separated away. We need not unnecessarily carry that mass all along the mission. So the stage separation systems, and you have seen on the top of the rocket there is a payload fairing or heat shield. It is called a heat shield, which protects the satellite from ascent phase aerodynamic heating or friction and all. So that need not, once we cross the atmospheric phase of Earth, there is no need to carry that mass unnecessarily. So my first job was to develop that separation system for that, which is the largest explosive device in the launch vehicle. And similarly, the stage separation systems, that was my job. Then as I grew up in the organization, I was given with the responsibility to see the human space flight activities. We were given with the responsibility to come out with a way forward for accomplishing the human space flight, the project report making and all. Then that was submitted to Union Government, and Union Government, when it approved, I was given with the responsibility to make the human-rated launch vehicle for accomplishing that. Really, that eventually made me to have the same LVM3 vehicle is being used for both operational purpose as well as human rated. In its variant, I explained about what is the human rating in my speech. So with that, I became the project director of GSLV Mark III and accomplished 2 missions. That is my career growth.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. So thank you so much for taking this session. My question is, during the Chandrayaan-3 mission, can you share an instance where you had to take a critical decision making, and how do you approach such kind of a decision making during space missions?
Yeah, that aspect exactly I have told. We are having a very robust quality and safety standards and review mechanism. We are having a well-structured review mechanism as well. So whenever there is an observation during the launch campaign, when we build the stages, when we do the launch campaign, basically means once all the stages, sub-assemblies, the propulsion stages, sub-assemblies, like I told, avionics sub-assemblies are there at different stages of the vehicle. For effecting the navigation, guidance and control, as well as telemetry. We have to get the data of the vehicle performance, the data, telemetry data and other functionalities. So whenever once all the systems are made available at Sriharikota, our launching station, then we start building the vehicle. So during that building process is called a launch campaign. That is the most critical phase of our activities. Around 70 to 75 days activities are there to build the vehicle once all resources are available. So during that review, that process, any problems are coming, any observations are there, we tell, like in stage auxiliary systems area, the appropriate DRT forums are there. Avionics area, appropriate design review teams are there. Similarly, in integration area teams are there. So we will give that issue or that problem seen to the appropriate experts. That's what I told. If I don't know, I will consult the expert. You know, it is a multidisciplinary area really, and we handle all systems like mechanical, structures, civil, electrical, avionics, and also appropriate expert review forums are there. Again, that is a team effort. It is not an individual decision or it is not an individual advice. So we address to that team. With their expertise, they will mostly they will come out with the solution. If they are not able to come out, their higher levels of review forums are there. Even if we cannot handle, we approach national experts like professors in the academia or that kind of people, or national eminent experts are there in aerospace, avionics, mechanical. We will consult them. So that is how we handle the challenges or criticalities coming in front of us during the course of integration. And during the course of realization, we have a very good quality management system start from raw materials. When we purchase the raw materials itself, stringent quality measures are there. If any deviations are there, it will be reviewed, and if it is acceptable within its strength values, we will accept. Otherwise, we will just reject. And during fabrication also, dimensional tolerances, all those things are reviewed. So dimensional tolerances, if it is not meeting, if it is so out, it cannot be used. So that also is getting reviewed. Then assembly, functionally critical dimensions for assembly, that is seen by appropriate teams. Similarly, when launch vehicle is built, we are having different levels of checkout systems. Whenever avionics sub-assemblies are built, whether it is appropriate commands are going or appropriate signals are received, and a separation event has to happen in such and such time, whether it will execute. Like that, different levels of checks are there, and those outcome data derived out of those checks also will be reviewed by these teams. Then finally, even we have a launch rehearsal. Start from up to T0, we do the rehearsal except for the liftoff. So that is the kind of confidence with which we handle challenges.
Thank you, sir.
Hi sir, I am Gobiga Isnayer. My question is how the data collected from Chandrayaan 3 would benefit our future lunar mission?
Exactly. That is a good question really. Many are to be explored in our lunar surface. Especially we landed in the southern pole where nobody has explored so far. In the middle regions, the other spacefaring nations has attempted and they have the good data. So we wanted to characterize the properties or the characteristics of the southern pole, and a lot of data is being derived. We are having certain packages really. The Chandra's surface temperature and materials characteristics, how the lunar regolith, it is called some dusty kind of surface is there, how it performs. So all these data will be useful. Later, in the next phase of our mission is Chandrayaan return mission, actually lunar return mission. Now we will attempt, now we have sent the orbiter there, lander, and it has landed. Now next step is that we will be returning the module, the lander along with whatever collected material we will return. That will be an experiment for conducting our further levels of launches leading to human landing in moon.
Thank you, sir.
The important aspect there is that not only going, we have to safely come back. So that is the fundamental thing. Any space missions of human kind of space missions, it is easy to go there. We have to come back safely, appropriately, because the re-entry aerodynamics, re-entry heat, the shocks experienced, all those things are very high. And we have to safely land in our own area. Then only we can recover them. So these are all the challenges.
Hello, sir. My question is that safety is very important, like you said. So can you brief me with how you make sure that everything is safe and the process of managing the risks which are potential to happen?
Very good question, especially in the context of human space flight. Actually, have you heard about PRA? Probabilistic Risk Assessment Tool. In our nuclear installations or very hazardous operations wherever is there, the probability of happening a failure will be clearly assessed. Have you heard of FMECA?
No.
Failure mode evaluation. So FMEA, FMECA kind of tools are there. Please Google it and see. You will come to know best about that. So every equipment or every stage, whatever its functional requirements are there, to achieve those functional requirements, so many mechanisms or so many components will be there. So suppose for an example, your avionics package or in a mechanism, so many components are there. If one component fails, how does, I told about simulations earlier. One component fails or one component has received a higher voltage or higher current, how does it manifest? So through, first of all, through mathematical modeling, the simulation tools we assess if a failure come in one of the components or multiple components of a device, how it manifests in its functionality. That is one way. That's what I told. We are having a fail-safe mechanism. So with the first failure, it will continue to operate. Second failure also, it will continue to operate. Even third failure, it is safe, because fourth on chain is there to safeguard the crew. So that is the kind of safety mechanism. Then hazardous materials, you know, we have very stringent safety standards. Even Indian standards also spell how to handle explosives, how to handle chemicals, how to handle fluids, how to handle pressure vessels. You know, the boiler inspectors are there across the country, you know. So they are experts in handling high pressure systems. So similar fashion, we are also having systems, standards for handling such systems. Meticulously, any operation, especially during the launch campaign where we build the vehicle, we are having everything. If a nut or an M5 screw, 5 mm diameter screw is tightened, it is well documented. It is called a delta format. So we will write such and such fastener of such and such quality standard procured on such and such date is now torqued with such and such torque. It will be written there, signed by the operator, signed by the supervisor and kept. That is how we ensure safety.
Sir, another question. Out of curiosity, might sound silly, but the rover which is sent recently to the moon, it's wheeled, right? The rover which was sent is a wheeled system.
Yes.
With, I'm guessing, suspension of rocker bogie, if I'm correct.
I didn't get your question.
The rover is wheeled, right?
Wheeled.
Sir, why isn't it legged? As in, with the rise of technology, we also have a lot of legged robots. So
leg is there. Lander is having leg with composite material. So rover is coming out of the. Actually, the Chandrayaan spacecraft is in 3 modules. One is the orbiter, or called a propulsion module. It orbits around the. We have sent together all the 3 together in our launch vehicle. Then once it reached the moon's orbit, orbiter is moving. Revolving around the moon. Then from that, lander was separated. There are separation mechanisms. Again, a stage auxiliary system, like you are mounting your VSAT onto the poem, an attachment, a separable attachment, whereas yours is a fixed attachment. So it separates and the lander come out. It is having its own propulsion module and landing legs, ruggedized landing legs with composite. Composites is having a peculiarity of absorbing the shock. When it impacts, it will absorb the shock. So that ruggedized legs are there. Then it lands. And the rover is inside the lander with a ramp. Then to move out, you need a wheel, no?
Yes, sir.
That's why it is wheel.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Any more questions? Good morning, sir. I'm Soja from the Department Electronics and Computer Engineering.
Good morning.
So my query is, what are the emerging technologies do you see playing critical role in the future of space exploration?
Yeah, actually, now your professor also told about the initiatives in artificial intelligence, where we have tremendous amount of data, actually. Many data are there. Utilizing those, it will help us in making decision making. It will help us in decision making. That is one emerging technology coming out. Second is that our interplanetary explorations capabilities. As part of our capability building for interplanetary explorations, lot of new technologies, augmented propulsion devices are being developed. And avionics also, now miniaturized avionics is another area. Means nowadays with advanced technologies, the avionics packages sizes are coming very, very small. Like a pocket radio type avionics packages are there, which can accomplish so many functionalities. So these are all major areas of development happening.
Sir, as you are a part of ISRO, I would like to know, ISRO has any wide range of research on environmental conservations with collaborating space research?
Yes, definitely. We are having the satellite-based data on our forest resources, river beds, like all these our resources, natural resources, the data is available. If any depletion is there in the resources, very, very clearly it can be identified in collaboration with the Survey of India and all. These data are being shared and appropriate actions are being taken for conserving both riverbeds, forest, agriculture. Everything is being taken care through satellite-based data.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you have done many things, amazing things in space exploration. So my question is whether we are working for the government or in companies. What would be your tips for us students who dream for making a great impact in our society and also for working for the well-being of our country?
Good question. Actually, you are now reached the engineering. So I told about what are all the skills I have already told. What are all the skills you have to acquire as part of your studies, like visualization skills. So many things I explained. That is fundamentally as per you as a professional, how to become successful. Those are all the characteristics. And as a good human being also, you take along with the people. And if you are particularly seeing how to enter into ISRO and how to have a job in ISRO means, we are having every year ICARB, ISRO Combined Recruitment Board exams are there, which is basically like your MTech GATE kind of examinations. Your GATE, for MTech, you are writing the entrance exam. Similar kind of question is there, little tough, and they will basically assess your qualities to handle the requirements of ISRO. So like that, exams are there, then interview. That is the one way of entering. And now, as the space is opened up to private sector, and lot many industries are coming up, offering launch services even, and producers of equipments, space, new novel techniques for propulsion devices, so many are coming. There also you can, if you are a meritorious candidate, there also you can get a job, or as a startup or your own. As I told, please acquire the skills. As a pilot project, attempt something suitable for you, suitable which can be handled by you or your team, a group of students. See that whether it is functioning properly, and you can scale it up for higher levels. These are all the things I can tell right now for you to pursue a career in space.
Thank you.
Sir, I'm Nivya from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Sir, my question is, ഇപ്പോൾ സാറ് പറഞ്ഞു ഒരുപാട് സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ്സ് ഉണ്ട് ഓരോ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട്. അപ്പം
ഒരുപാട്
സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ്സ് ഉണ്ട്, ഇപ്പോൾ സേഫ്റ്റി സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ്സ്, അങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. എന്നിട്ടും ISRO ഓരോ പ്രോജക്റ്റും ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ബഡ്ജറ്റിലാണ്. അതെങ്ങനെയാണ് ISRO സാധ്യമാക്കുന്നത്?
പലരും ചോദിക്കുന്ന ചോദ്യമാണ്. യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞു ഇൻഡിജിനസ് റിസോഴ്സസ് ഉപയോഗിക്കണമെന്ന്. നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ ഒരു കപ്പ് ചായ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ വാങ്ങിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ എത്ര രൂപയാവും? 10 രൂപ മാക്സിമം. വേറൊരു രാജ്യത്ത് പോയി ചായ കുടിക്കണമെങ്കിലോ? Similarly, actually, we are trying to use maximum indigenous resources, and we are producing ourselves. Therefore, our cost is less. That is the fundamental thing. And whenever to qualify the systems, n number of tests are needed. We similar. If one experiment is conducted, some people are doing one test for one particular, seeing the performance of one particular aspect itself. Through data acquisition, we see a number of functionalities in one test. So it is like a clubbing of activities. So that also will help us in reducing the cost. So indigenization is the first and foremost thing. Then meticulous instrumentation and acquiring data through all the tests. So with one test we can avoid 2 or 3 further tests. With the data collected, we do analysis, we do assessments. Again, the simulation skills we use, modeling skills we use, perturbing the data and see. So these are all it is a collective effort. Holistically, we have to see indigenous resources, our capabilities, our modeling skills. All these things only contribute to the reduction in cost of our systems.
Any more questions? So thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Once again, thank you, sir. And I also like to express my gratitude to my dear friends for seizing this opportunity. As we near to the end of the ceremony, I shall now invite Dr. Sumitra, MD, Faculty Coordinator of VSAT, to deliver the word of thanks.
morning all. On behalf of all students and staff, I am very much glad to be standing here to propose vote of thanks. We have been truly grateful and privileged to have you, sir, on this dais today, and whose presence has added immense value and insight for the gathering. Sir, we are grateful for the time you have devoted to share your expertise, experiences, and the knowledge you have acquired throughout these years in front of us. And this will definitely have broadened the perspectives and it has inspired profoundly. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to invite Dr. Ramachandran R., Deputy Director, LBS Center for Science and Technology, to present a memento, a token of appreciation towards Mohan Omar. Next, I would like to thank Dr. M. Abdul Rahman, Director, LBS Center for Science and Technology, for his immense support and guidance. And I would like to thank Dr. R. Ramachandran, Deputy Director, Center for Science and Technology, for presiding this session and gracing this occasion. I would like to thank our beloved principal, Dr. Jayamohan J., for his immense support and guidance. Thank you, sir. And finally, a word of appreciation to all my students, all the committee members who have tried hard to organize this function in this manner. Thank you all. Thank you very much to all students present here, all the technical staff, all the faculty members who have contributed directly and indirectly to make this event a success. Thank you.
Thus we come to the end of the ceremony. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Students are requested to be here for a moment. There are still some students who haven't signed the register.